I'm fixing my truck at 1 in the morning when I hear my wife's voice drift through the bedroom window above the garage. That syrupy sweet tone she reserves for clients and lovers. "The room's ready," Emily says. "Bring the wine." Maybe she's talking to her mother, I think, tightening a bolt. "Yeah, and I'm the Queen of England. My name's Jack Sullivan, 37 years old, ex-boxer, current jack of all trades in this dying Midwestern city that used to make steel and now makes excuses. I fix buildings, repo cars when the pay's good, and coach kids at Murphy's gym 3 nights a week." Emily, my wife of 19 years, is a corporate lawyer who just made partner at Hartwell and Associates. We live in different worlds now, her in designer suits and me in work boots. But I thought we were making it work. I thought wrong. The next morning, I'm grabbing my wallet from Emily's purse. She owes me $20 for groceries when I find it. A hotel key card from the Riverside Inn, tucked behind her credit cards. The receipt stapled to the envelope shows a room service charge for 2 bottles of wine and chocolate-covered strawberries. Date: last Thursday, the night of her supposed work retreat. My hands shake as I photograph everything with my phone. The room service tab has a name scrawled at the bottom. Dean Hartwell. Her boss. Her married with 3 kids, drives a Mercedes, owns half the downtown real estate boss. I sit in my truck for 20 minutes, staring at that photo, my old boxing instincts screaming at me to do something stupid. Instead, I start the engine and drive to work. I've got a maintenance job at the old Riverside Industrial Complex, which gives me plenty of time to think and plan. That's when I decide to follow her. Meaning, Friday evening, I tail Emily's Lexus to Prestige Motors on the east side. It's a luxury car dealership where guys like me get looked at like dirt on expensive carpet. I park 3 rows back and watch through binoculars I borrowed from my buddy at the gym. Emily pulls up next to a black Mercedes S-Class. Dean Hartwell steps out, tall, silver-haired, wearing a suit that probably costs more than my monthly rent. They talk for maybe 30 seconds before he opens the back door, and they both climb inside. 5 minutes later, I see the car rocking slightly. My vision goes red. I grab the screwdriver from my glove compartment and walk across the lot like I belong there. Nobody stops me. I'm wearing my work coveralls, looking like service personnel. I drag the screwdriver along the Mercedes's passenger side, leaving a deep gouge in the paint. Then I pull a condom wrapper from my pocket, unused, bought just for this, and place it carefully on the dashboard where the security cameras can see it, but Dean won't notice right away. I'm back in my truck before they finish. The next morning, Emily gets a call from Prestige Motors. They've reviewed the security footage after Dean reported the vandalism. There's a grainy image of a man in coveralls near the car. The dealership can't make out the face, but they're investigating. Emily stares at her phone, then at me. "Were you following me yesterday? Why would I do that?" "I'm eating cereal, reading the sports section. Picture of innocence." "Jack." Her voice is ice. "I know you know." "Know what?" She slams her coffee mug down. "This is exactly why we don't work anymore. You're paranoid, possessive, and you can't handle that I've become successful while you're still fixing toilets and teaching kids to punch each other. That's a lot of words to avoid saying you're screwing your boss." The silence stretches like a rubber band about to snap. "I want a divorce," she finally says. "No." She blinks. "Excuse me? You don't get to cheat on me and then walk away clean." I fold the newspaper carefully. "You want out? Fine. But everyone's going to know exactly what kind of person you are." Emily's laugh is sharp and bitter. "You think anyone will care? You think anyone will take your side? Look at you, Jack. You're a has-been boxer who lost his gym in a fire and couldn't even keep the insurance money because you were too proud to read the fine print. You're nothing. Dean is respected, powerful, connected. Who do you think this city will believe?" She grabs her purse and walks out. I sit there, listening to her Lexus roar to life, and I start making plans. Not a Turin. The neighborhood barbecue is Emily's idea. She wants to show everyone how mature and amicable we're being about the separation. What she really wants is to parade Dean around like a prize bull, while I stand there holding tongs and flipping burgers. I play along. Our daughter Sam is home from college for the weekend. She's 18, social media obsessed, and currently filming everything for her TikTok. Dad's grilling game is weak, she narrates to her phone. Unlike his attempts to stay relevant, the comments pour in, laughing emojis. Someone writes, "Boomer dad energy." I bite my tongue and flip another burger. Dean arrives fashionably late, bringing expensive wine that nobody else brought. He's got that easy confidence of men who've never had to fight for anything. Emily lights up when she sees him, touching his arm, laughing at something he whispers. My neighbor, Mrs. Peterson, sidles up to me. That's her boss, isn't it? Yep, handsome man. His wife thinks so too. Peterson's eyes widen. She's the neighborhood gossip queen, and I just handed her ammunition. She scurries off to whisper to the other ladies. By the time the burgers are done, half the party knows Dean's married. The other half is watching Emily hang on him like a teenager. It's a small victory, but it's something. Later, Dean corners me by the cooler. Jack, right? Emily's told me a lot about you. I bet she has. Look, I know this is awkward, but we're all adults here. What Emily and I have, it's real. It's not some sordid affair. We connected on a deep level, professionally and personally. I crack open a beer. You rehearsed that speech? His smile falters. I'm trying to be respectful. You're sleeping with another man's wife. Respect left the building about 6 months ago, Dean. She said you'd be difficult. She also probably said I'm a loser who can't let go. But here's the thing. I'm a loser with nothing left to lose. You've got a wife, 3 kids, a reputation, and a law firm. How do you think your partners would feel about you banging a subordinate? That's a lawsuit waiting to happen. Dean's face hardens. Are you threatening me? I'm stating facts. You're a smart lawyer. You do the math. He walks away, and I see him whisper something to Emily. She glares at me across the yard. Sam films the whole thing, captioning it, Dad being dad, #cringe #divorce party. The video gets 2,000 views by midnight. Yuru, in Tripoli, you're corner of Geffershin. My old boxing coach, Murphy, owns the gym where I teach. He's 73, built like a fire hydrant, and doesn't take crap from anyone. I stopped by after the barbecue disaster to hit the heavy bag and clear my head. You look like hell, Murphy says, watching me throw combinations. Feel like it too. The wife, and her boss, and my daughter, and pretty much everyone else. Murphy spits into a cup. You know what your problem is, Jack? You're still fighting fair. These people, they don't play by boxing rules. No referee, no rounds, no bell to save you. You want to win? You gotta fight dirty. I'm not that guy. Then you're gonna lose. He tosses me a towel. Your choice. I drive home thinking about what he said. Emily's car isn't in the driveway. She's probably at Dean's place, or another hotel, or wherever people go when they're destroying families. I sit in the dark living room, scrolling through Sam's TikTok, reading the comments. Your dad seems toxic. Girl, get away from that negative energy. Divorce him, sis. My daughter is turning me into a villain for internet points. That's when I decide Murphy's right. I'm done fighting fair. Meet a Bonner, meet 'em dome. I hire a private investigator named Eddie Kozlowski. He's a retired cop with a drinking problem and a knack for finding dirt. I pay him $500 cash, half my savings, to dig into Dean Hartwell's life. What am I looking for? Eddie asks, lighting a cigarette in his cramped office above a pawn shop. Everything. Affairs, money problems, parking tickets, whatever you can find. Divorce case, revenge case. Eddie grins. My favorite kind. While Eddie works, I start my own investigation. Emily's always been careless with passwords. She uses the same one for everything, written on a sticky note inside her desk drawer. I find it when she's at work. Samantha 2005, our daughter's name and birth year. I log into her email on our shared home computer. It's not illegal, we're still married, and it's our joint laptop. The emails paint a clear picture. Dean and Emily have been together for 8 months. They've got hotel receipts, romantic messages, plans for a future together once things settle down. There's also something interesting. Emails between Emily and Dean's law partner, a woman named Patricia Keene. They're discussing the Sullivan situation and how to manage Jack's reaction when he finds out. And they've been planning this, preparing for it, making sure I look like the bad guy when everything falls apart. I screenshot everything and save it to a flash drive. The next Friday, Emily hosts a party at the law firm. It's a celebration for her promotion, partner at 36, youngest in the firm's history. She invites me out of obligation, probably hoping I'll decline. I show up in my best suit, the one I wore to my father's funeral. It's 10 years old and doesn't quite fit anymore, but it's clean. The party's in the firm's downtown office, all glass and steel and modern art that looks like someone threw paint at a canvas and called it genius. Lawyers and their spouses mill around, drinking wine that costs more than my truck payment. talking about cases and vacations in Europe. Emily's surprised when I walk in. Jack, you came. Wouldn't miss it. Dean's across the room, holding court with the senior partners. He sees me and his expression darkens. I grab a beer from the bar and make small talk with Emily's colleagues. They're polite but dismissive, the way rich people are with service workers. One woman asks what I do. I'm a professional disappointment, I say. It's a growing field. She laughs nervously and walks away. Around 9, I corner Dean in the parking garage. He's heading to his Mercedes, the one I keyed, now repainted. Nice car, I say. Dean stops. What do you want, Jack? Just wanted to congratulate you. Emily, the promotion, your whole situation. Must feel good, taking what's mine. Emily's not property. She made a choice. She made a choice to cheat. You made a choice to help her. Choices have consequences. Is that a threat? It's a promise. I step closer. See, I've been thinking about your wife. What's her name? Karen? And your kids. Do they know where you were last Thursday? Or the Thursday before that? Dean's jaw clenches. Stay away from my family. Then stay away from mine. He shoves me. It's not hard, just enough to create distance, but it's all I need. I let myself stumble backward, making it look worse than it is. A security guard sees it and rushes over. He attacked me! I point at Dean, playing the victim. The guard, a young guy named Marcus, looks confused. Sir, I saw you approach him. He shoved me. Look, there are cameras everywhere. Check the footage. Dean's face goes pale. He knows what this looks like. A partner at a prestigious law firm assaulting someone in the parking garage. Even if the footage shows I provoked him, it's bad optics. This isn't over, Dean hisses. No, I agree. It's just getting started. The next day, Emily files a restraining order. The grounds: harassment, stalking, and threatening behavior. She includes screenshots of my aggressive texts, messages where I asked about our mortgage payment, and when she's picking up Sam from the airport. Totally normal stuff, twisted to look sinister. Sam posts about it on TikTok. My dad's officially a stalker. Mom had to get a restraining order. This is my life now. #send help #toxic masculinity. 3,000 views, 400 comments, all taking Emily's side. I'm officially the villain. The Garm. Here's where things get complicated. Emily has a younger sister named Jessica. She's 29, works in marketing, and 6 months ago she got engaged to a guy named Brian, a nice, boring accountant who collects stamps and talks about tax codes at dinner parties. Jessica and I always got along. She thought Emily was too hard on me, too focused on status and appearances. When the affair came out, Jessica called to apologize for her sister's behavior. You deserve better, Jack, she said. We started talking more. Coffee meetings that turned into dinners. She was sympathetic, understanding, easy to talk to. One thing led to another, and suddenly we were dating. I know how it looks, dating my soon-to-be ex-wife's sister. But Emily lost the right to judge me when she started screwing Dean. The wedding's in 3 months. Jessica's been planning it for a year, and she's determined to make it perfect. There's just one problem. She wants to invite her ex-boyfriend, Trevor. He's still a friend, Jessica explains over dinner at an Italian place downtown. It would be weird not to invite him. It would be weird to invite him, I counter. The guy's married now, right? To Monica, yeah. They'll both come. It's not a big deal, Jack. But it is a big deal. Because I've seen the way Jessica lights up when she talks about Trevor. The way she checks her phone constantly, smiling at messages she won't show me. The way she insists on meeting him for friendly lunches that last 3 hours. I'm not stupid. I know what an emotional affair looks like. I'm living through one with Emily and Dean. So I start investigating Trevor the same way I investigated Dean. Turns out, Trevor's not as clean as he appears. He's got a gambling problem, debts at 3 different casinos, and a reputation for sleeping with his clients' wives. He's a real estate agent, the smarmy kind who'll say anything to close a deal. And he's been texting Jessica every day for the past 6 months. I confront her 2 weeks before the wedding. You're still in love with him. Jessica's face crumbles. No, I love you, but you love him more. She doesn't deny it. Here's what's going to happen, I say, my voice calm despite the rage building inside me. Trevor and Monica are coming to the wedding, and at the rehearsal dinner, everyone's going to find out exactly what kind of person Trevor is, and what kind of person you are. Jack, please, you wanted him at the wedding. He'll be there, but you're not going to like what happens next. Nein, would trumming iframs, Miedig and Hempede. He'll be there. I contact Monica through Facebook. She's a CPA, sharp-eyed and no-nonsense, the kind of woman who balances checkbooks for fun. We meet at a coffee shop on neutral ground. Why did you want to meet? She asks, suspicious. I show her the screenshots of Trevor and Jessica's texts. They're not explicitly sexual, but they're intimate. Inside jokes, late-night conversations, plans to see each other soon. The kind of messages that cross the line from friendship to something more. Monica's face hardens as she reads. How long has this been going on? 6 months, at least. And you're marrying her anyway. No, I'm exposing her. At the rehearsal dinner, in front of everyone. I want you there. Monica's quiet for a long moment. Then she smiles, cold and sharp as a knife. What do you need me to do? The rehearsal dinner's at the Riverside Inn, the same hotel where Emily and Dean had their trysts. Jessica's father, a retired judge named Robert, is paying for everything. He's old school, traditional, the kind of man who believes in honor and family values. Perfect. 50 guests fill the banquet hall. Family, friends, wedding party. Jessica's glowing in a white cocktail dress, playing the perfect bride. Trevor and Monica sit at a table near the back, Monica's face carefully neutral. I wait until dessert is served. Then I stand up and tap my glass. I'd like to make a toast. Jessica smiles nervously. Jack, you don't have to. No, I want to. I pull out my phone. See, I've been thinking a lot about love lately, what it means, what it costs, and I realized something important. Love requires honesty, transparency, trust. The room's quiet, everyone watching. So, in the spirit of honesty, I want to share something. I swipe through my phone, pull up the screenshots. These are text messages between my fiancée and her ex-boyfriend, Trevor. They've been exchanging these for 6 months. Sweet messages, intimate messages. The kind of messages you send to someone you're in love with. Jessica's face goes white. Jack, stop. I miss you, I read aloud. I think about you all the time. Being with you feels like coming home. That's from Jessica to Trevor, sent last Tuesday. Trevor stands up. This is insane. Sit down, Trevor. Monica's voice cuts through the room like a whip. She stands, pulling out her own phone. Since we're being honest, let me add something. Trevor's been gambling away our savings for 2 years. He's got $40,000 in debt across 3 casinos, and he's been sleeping with at least 2 of his clients. I've got the hotel receipts to prove it. The room explodes. Jessica's crying. Trevor's shouting. Monica's reading off more evidence. Robert, Jessica's father, looks like he's about to have a heart attack. I set my phone down and walk toward the door. Jack! Jessica runs after me, mascara streaming down her face. How could you do this? How could I? I turn to face her. You invited your ex to our wedding. You've been emotionally cheating on me for months. You think I'm stupid? You think I don't see what's happening? I love you. No, you don't. You love the idea of me, the safe choice, the rebound. But you're still in love with Trevor, and everyone here knows it now. Robert approaches, his face purple with rage. You will call off this wedding immediately. Already done, sir. Consider this my resignation from the family. I walk out of the Riverside Inn, leaving chaos in my wake. Behind me, I hear Monica's voice, still reading evidence, Trevor's denials, Jessica's sobs, the wedding party falling apart in real time. It feels good. Eddie the PI comes through 2 weeks later. He's got a file 3 inches thick on Dean Hartwell. Your guy's dirty, Eddie says, sliding the folder across his desk. Not illegal dirty, but dirty enough to ruin him. The file contains evidence of Dean bribing city council members for favorable zoning decisions, emails showing he sexually harassed 3 different associates at the firm, financial records proving he's been billing clients for work his subordinates did, photos of him with 4 different women at various hotels over the past 2 years. It's not enough to put him in jail, but it's enough to destroy his reputation and career. What do I owe you? I ask. Nothing. This one's on the house. Eddie lights a cigarette. Guys like Dean? They think they're untouchable. I love watching them fall. I make copies of everything and start planning. Emily's been living in a downtown condo since we separated. Dean bought it for her. Another thing his wife Karen doesn't know about. I've been watching their patterns, learning their routines, waiting for the right moment. That moment comes when Emily texts me. We need to talk about the divorce papers. Can we meet somewhere neutral? I suggest the old Riverside estate, a derelict mansion on the lake that's been abandoned for 20 years. It's private, isolated, and perfect for what I have in mind. Why there? Emily asks. Because I'm tired of doing this in public. I'm tired of being humiliated. I just want to sign the papers and move on. She agrees. She also brings Dean, because of course she does. They arrive at sunset, pulling up in Dean's Mercedes. The estate's falling apart. Broken windows, overgrown gardens, graffiti on the walls. I'm waiting inside the old ballroom, where I've set up a projector and screen. What is this? Emily asks, looking around nervously. Our divorce party. I gesture to 3 chairs I've arranged. Sit. Jack, this is ridiculous. Sit down, Emily. Dean. Or I start sending these files to every partner at your firm, every reporter in the city, and Karen Hartwell. I hold up the flash drive Eddie gave me. Dean's face goes pale. You're bluffing. Try me. They sit. I turn on the projector. The first image is an email from Dean to Emily. Can't wait to see you tonight. Room 412, usual place. This is from 8 months ago, I narrate. Right around the time you told me you needed to work late more often. Next slide. A photo of Dean with another woman at a hotel bar. This is Melissa Crane, your paralegal. You were sleeping with her too, apparently. Classy. More slides. The bribery emails, the harassment complaints, the financial fraud. Emily's crying. Dean's silent. His jaw clenched so tight I can hear his teeth grinding. Here's what's going to happen, I say, turning off the projector. Emily, you're going to resign from the firm tomorrow. You're going to tell them it's for personal reasons. Dean, you're going to give her a glowing recommendation and a severance package. $50,000 should cover it. You can't blackmail us. I'm not blackmailing you. I'm giving you a choice. Option 1, do what I say, and this stays between us. Option 2, I release everything, and you both lose your careers, your reputations, and in Dean's case, your family. Karen will take everything, Dean whispers. Then I guess you should have thought about that before you started screwing my wife. I walk over to Dean's Mercedes, parked outside. With a baseball bat I brought specifically for this purpose, I smash every window, front, back, sides. The alarm wails. I throw Dean's phone, which I lifted from his jacket, into the lake. Emily's screaming, Dean's shouting. I'm calm, methodical, working through years of rage with every swing. When I'm done, I toss the bat aside. That's for the hotel rooms, for the lies, for making me look like a fool in front of my daughter and my neighbors and everyone else. Sirens wail in the distance. Someone must have called the cops. Dean pulls out his backup phone. I'm pressing charges. Go ahead. I show him my phone, where I've been recording everything. I've got you on tape admitting to the affair, and I've got security footage from your office building showing you following me to my truck last week. You've been harassing me, Dean, stalking me. I've got witnesses, timestamps, everything. It's not entirely true. I've edited some footage, moved some timelines around. But it's plausible enough that the cops will have questions. The police arrive. 2 officers, both looking tired and annoyed. Dean tries to explain, but his story's full of holes. I show them my evidence of his stalking. Emily backs me up, terrified I'll release the files. The cops take Dean in for questioning. Emily's left standing in the ruins of the estate, mascara running, everything she built crumbling around her. Why? She asks. Why go this far? Because you made me the villain. You and Sam and Dean and everyone else. You wanted me to be the bad guy? Fine. I'll be the best bad guy you've ever seen. I'll walk away, leaving her there in the dark. The Riverside Community Foundation holds its annual fundraiser 3 weeks later. It's the social event of the season. Politicians, lawyers, business owners, everyone who's anyone in this dying city. Tickets are $500 a plate. I buy one with the last of my savings. The fundraiser's at the Grand Ballroom downtown, the same place where Emily and I got married 19 years ago. There's a certain poetry to that. I wear my funeral suit again. I've lost weight since the separation, stress and skipped meals, so it fits better now. I look almost respectable. Emily's there with Dean, both of them trying to maintain appearances. She resigned from the firm like I demanded, but she's telling people it's a sabbatical to explore new opportunities. Dean's still a partner, still driving his repaired Mercedes, still pretending everything's fine. Sam's there too, filming for her TikTok. She's gotten more followers from our family drama, up to 50,000 now. She's monetizing our misery. The evening starts with cocktails and small talk. I circulate, listening to gossip, planting seeds. I mentioned to Mrs. Peterson that Dean's wife Karen might be filing for divorce soon. I tell Robert, Jessica's father, that I heard Dean's firm is under investigation for fraud. None of it's true yet, but it will be. Dinner's served at 7. Rubber chicken and overcooked vegetables, the kind of meal rich people pretend to enjoy while talking about their vacation homes. At 8, the foundation's president takes the stage to thank everyone for coming and introduce the evening's speakers. I stand up and walk toward the stage. "Sir, you're not on the program." A volunteer tries to stop me. I am now. I take the microphone before anyone can react. The room goes quiet. 500 people staring at me. "Good evening. My name is Jack Sullivan. Some of you know me as the guy whose wife cheated on him with her boss. Others know me as the stalker, the toxic ex-husband, the villain in a TikTok drama. But tonight, I'm here to set the record straight." Emily stands up. "Jack, don't. See, the thing about being the villain is that you've got nothing left to lose. No reputation to protect, no social standing to maintain. You're already at rock bottom, so you might as well tell the truth." I pull out my phone, connect it to the venue's projector system. The screen behind me lights up with an email from Dean to Emily. "This is from 9 months ago. I love you, Em. Can't wait until we don't have to hide anymore." That's Dean Hartwell, respected attorney, pillar of the community, telling my wife he loves her while his own wife sits at home with their 3 kids. The room erupts in whispers. Karen Hartwell, sitting 3 tables away, goes rigid. I swipe to the next slide. Photos of Dean with other women. But Emily wasn't special. Dean's been sleeping with associates, paralegals, and clients for years. I've got hotel receipts, witness statements, and emails. Lots of emails. Dean rushes the stage. "This is slander. It's evidence. There's a difference." Security moves to stop me, but I'm faster. Next slide, the bribery emails. And here's where it gets really interesting. Dean's been bribing city council members for favorable zoning decisions. He's been billing clients for work he didn't do. He's been sexually harassing employees and paying them off to keep quiet. The foundation's president tries to cut the mic, but I've got a backup, a portable speaker I brought in my jacket. But wait, there's more. I'm channeling a late-night infomercial now, my voice dripping with sarcasm. "Let's talk about my daughter, Sam, who's been making money off our family's misery. 50,000 followers, brand deals, sponsored posts. She's turned her father into a villain for internet clout." Sam's face appears on the screen. A screenshot of her TikTok profile, showing her earnings from the past 3 months, $12,000, and my ex-fiancée Jessica, who was sleeping with her ex-boyfriend while planning our wedding, and Trevor, who's got gambling debts at 3 casinos and a trail of affairs behind him. I'm on a roll now, years of humiliation pouring out in a torrent of truth and rage. You people wanted a show. You wanted drama? Here it is. Here's what happens when you push a man too far, when you take everything from him and expect him to go quietly. Jessica appears on screen now, crying, trying to reach the stage. Her father holds her back. But here's my favorite part. I pause for dramatic effect. The real villain in this story isn't me. It's not even Dean or Emily. It's Patricia Keene, a woman in the front row. Emily's best friend and law partner goes pale. Patricia was Dean's first affair, 5 years ago, before Emily. But I fired Patricia from my gym for stealing from the register. She never forgave me. So when she found out Dean was interested in Emily, she encouraged it, orchestrated it, fed Emily lies about me, convinced her I was holding her back, pushed them together. I show the emails, Patricia to Emily, planting seeds of doubt. Patricia to Dean, suggesting Emily as a better match. Patricia playing puppet master, destroying my marriage for revenge. It was never about love. It was about payback, and you all fell for it. The room's in chaos now, people shouting, security rushing the stage, cameras flashing, Sam's filming everything, her hands shaking. Emily and Jessica confront each other on the floor. Something about sisterly betrayal and stolen boyfriends. It devolves into hair-pulling and screaming. 2 grown women brawling at a charity fundraiser, while the city's elite watches in horror. Dean tries to leave, but Karen blocks his path. She's holding a glass of champagne, and for a moment I think she's going to throw it at him. Instead, she drinks it calmly, then says something that makes him crumple. Monica appears on stage next to me. I didn't know she was here, but I'm glad she is. "Since we're sharing secrets," Monica says into my microphone, "I should mention that Dean's been embezzling from the foundation. I'm the accountant. I've seen the books. He's been skimming donations for 2 years, About $200,000 total. I've already contacted the FBI. The room goes silent. Dean actually runs, pushing through the crowd toward the exit. But the doors are blocked, not by security, but by the crowd itself. People who donated money, who trusted him, who want answers. Someone throws a drink, then another. Dean's expensive suit is soaked in wine and cocktails. His car's in the parking lot, and the crowd follows him there, a mob of well-dressed vigilantes. I watch from the doorway as they key his Mercedes, slash his tires, smash his windows. The same thing I did at the estate, but multiplied by 50 angry donors. Emily's left standing in the ballroom, abandoned by everyone. Patricia's gone, probably calling her lawyer. Jessica's crying in her father's arms. Sam's still filming, but her hands are shaking so badly the footage is unusable. I walk through the chaos, calm as a summer breeze, and head for the lake. Narinaata. The riverside estate is quiet at night. I stand at the water's edge, holding an old photo of Emily and me on our wedding day. We look happy, young, stupid. I tear the photo in half and toss it into the water. Behind me, I hear footsteps. I turn, expecting police or reporters or someone else wanting a piece of me. It's Murphy, my old coach. Hell of a show, he says, lighting a cigarette. You were there? Watch the whole thing on Sam's TikTok. Kid's got 300,000 followers now. You made her famous. I laugh, bitter and sharp. At least someone benefited. You feel better? No. But they feel worse, and that's close enough. Murphy nods, understanding. What now? Now? I light a cigar I've been saving for a special occasion. Now I disappear. Let them pick up the pieces. Let them live with what they did. You're not worried about consequences? What are they going to do? I didn't break any laws. Everything I revealed was true, obtained legally, shared publicly. I'm just a guy who got tired of being the villain and decided to show everyone who the real monsters are. Murphy claps me on the shoulder. For what it's worth, kid, you won. Yeah. I watch the photo sink beneath the water. I won. We stand there in silence, watching the city lights reflect on the lake. Somewhere in that city, Dean's being questioned by the FBI. Emily's reputation is ruined. Patricia's career is over. Jessica's wedding is canceled. Sam's got more followers than ever, but lost her father's respect. And me? I'm free. Broke, alone, unemployed, and free. A villain, maybe. But a villain who told the truth. I take a long drag on my cigar and blow smoke into the night sky. Villain, I say to no one in particular. Maybe. But they'll never forget my name. I turn and walk away from the lake, from the city, from everything I used to be. Behind me, the water's still rippling where the photo sank. Ahead of me, nothing but open road and the rest of my life. I get in my truck and drive.